Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and thanks for tuning back into today's video. And it's been a while. Today we're going to do an updated version of what I think is the top 5 bass fishing YouTube channels out there. And I try to do this 2 or 3 times a year because everything changes a little bit. And I just think it's sort of fun to sort of give a analyzation of, what I think are good channels, what I think aren't. And I'd be curious to hear your guys's too. I'd be curious to hear what everybody thinks out there. I know everybody has things that attract them to different channels, but I'm going to sort of give you guys my latest updated 5. It changes a little bit all the time. Sort of tell you why and go over that a little bit. And real quick before we get started here, just wanted to give you guys a weekly reminder. If anybody's out there is interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Block at Professional Angler, and I can give you all the details with that. And also, please, if you hadn't had a chance, subscribe to the channel. We're getting ready to have the 65,000 subscriber giveaway. Looks like we're probably going to hit that sometime maybe within the week. So if you guys are interested in being eligible for that, just hit that subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Okay, let's talk a little bit about YouTube channels here. So first of all, when I look at a YouTube channel, I mean, I've had a chance to go over quite a few of them, the past year or so. And when I look at a YouTube channel, here, let's say in here, there's a couple different things that like sort of turn me off a little bit on YouTube channels. It's like there's for example, the YouTube channels that like, to me, that are like reality shows sort of, I just can't get into them. You guys have seen some of these shows out there. It's like these dudes are always hanging with their posse, and they spend all their time just like out there out in the parking lot talking about fishing, or they're just in a restaurant eating. Just that reality show format, I just don't find that entertaining at all. It gets pretty boring in a hurry. Also, there are some YouTubers out there, bass fishing guys. I know this one particular one I can think of, that they do the same videos over and over again on the same subjects that get them a lot of views. This one dude out there, I guarantee he's probably done 20 videos on a dang chatterbait in the last year. It's like secret chatterbait tips. Don't do this with the chatterbait, or stop doing this with the chatterbait. It's like it's just like, and I do the same thing as far as there are certain seasons where lure categories change, so you can modify them to that season. But some guys out there, it's just like they get a good video that gets a lot of hits, and they just like will not stop talking about it. It's pretty funny there. And so I don't really care about that. Another thing is like too much obvious promotion. And I promote stuff I do here, like my sunglasses, bait works, and that type of stuff. I try to throw a plug in because that's just part of paying the bills. But I think there's like a fine line between having to do that, which I think a lot of guys that watch his channel understand that, and they put up with it, and going overboard with it. So there's a fine line there. So those are the ones that I don't really care for. And also I don't really care for those channels where I see guys talking about fishing, and you can just really tell they don't really know what they're talking about too much. It's just like they're regurgitating other information they've heard. They may not have a lot of experience, and I see that a little bit, so I don't really get into that too much. But anyway, the shows that I do like, and I'm going to give you guys my top 5 here, they're the ones that they sort of have a balance of entertainment and education together at the same time. More on the education side. There's something about that I like their presence and the way they come across on camera, and it just seems like they're authentic. And I think that's one of the big things, is like the authenticity comes across. Like the channels that I'm going to talk about here, they come across pretty good. So anyway, let's go over our top 5. So I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not necessarily in any same order, but just what I can think about. So the first one is Brian Latimer. Brian Latimer's been on the list quite a bit. I just really like the way that Brian comes across on camera. He's got a really pleasant, soothing camera presence. He's very good in front of a camera, and you can tell he's authentic about it. You can tell he's not, faking it. It's like, you can tell that's the way he is. I really enjoy that. He's got a pretty diverse show. He does a little bit of everything. He fishes for a lot of different species. It seems like he's sort of expanded his content out beyond the tournaments, so he's grown in that way. And the thing that I like about Brian more than anything else is just his personality on the show. I mean, a lot of the content, is secondary to me for how he presents it. So I really like that one. Brian Latimer, number 5. Okay, number 4, another one's made the list several times, is Matt Steffen Fishing. Matt Steffen Fishing is hardcore hogging information. It's sort of, it's similar to mine in the fact that, Matt's got, it's no frills, there's like no music, he's not out on the water a lot. He gives you guys just solid fishing tips and he knows what he's talking about. Matt Steffen is a hammer, and he's given up a lot of juicy information. If you guys haven't seen his channel, go check it out. The level of information that Matt Steffen gives out on his channel, I'm not aware of any other channel that puts out the level of information he does on a daily basis. So if you guys are really wanting to learn about fishing a lot, Matt Steffen Fishing is a really good one. The third one I like is Richard Jean the Fishing Machine. I like Richard Jean the Fishing Machine because he is down to earth. He's not flashy, he's not high tech, and you know what the biggest thing I like about Richard Jean is the boat he fishes out of. He fishes out of a flat bottom boat with like a 25 horse tiller steering deal. He's got like a little tiny depth finder on the boat and a little cheap trolling motor, and he's just old school fishing. And I like to see that in today's realm of high tech, highly produced drones, this and that. I really like the simplicity of a Richard Jean Fishing Machine, and I like to watch him catch crappie. He fishes for crappie a lot, and that's pretty entertaining with me. Number 2 is Roland Martin. Now Roland, he's got a completely different show because Roland's just all over the place, and he doesn't teach you much. Roland does not give very many fishing tips. It's usually about him fishing, talking about his guide trips and talking about all the 10-pounders he caught, or talking about how he's developed a new way to catch shiners and fishing the headwater lakes, and talking about his turkey calls he makes. It's like Roland gets in front of the camera and he doesn't know what he's going to talk about, and he just starts talking. But the thing I like about Roland is everything is it's authentic with him. You can tell that Roland doesn't get on the camera and try to posture or try to do anything that he's not. And it's really refreshing to entertaining to see sort of how I don't know if the good way to explain it, but it's like, if you guys watch his show, you know what I'm talking about, because he'll make mistakes, and he'll drop the camera, and he's just sort of all over the place. And to me, it's very entertaining, and it's interesting. I mean, that's the main thing about keeping your views up on your channel. It's got to be interesting. So Roland falls into that group. Number 1, and you guys are going to say that I'm biased on this, but I thought about it and I analyzed it, and I think the number 1 bass fishing YouTube channel on YouTube is Fish the Moment. You guys know I work with Johnny Schultz at Fish the Moment. I don't know of another show out there that has the combination of presentation and information at such a high level as Fish the Moment. Fish the Moment is a high level information channel, and it's something that you can't get anywhere else. It's completely unique to YouTube. It's very well produced. It's put together extremely well. He spends a lot of time editing his videos, and there's nothing in Johnny's videos out there that is a waste of time. It's like every second of the videos that he covers is something that you're going to learn from, and it comes from a perspective of a fresh mind. Johnny Schultz he's young. He's been fishing for a long time, but he's still, in his mid-20s. But he brings to fishing an element of creativity and ingenuity and experience and youth that there's no other channel out there like that. It's like, you can tell that he's not faking it, and I know he's not faking it because I fished with him too many times and he's beat my butt too many times. I know how good he is. Johnny Schultz is one of the top bass fishermen in the United States, bar none. He would excel on the Elite Series. He would excel on the Bass Pro Tour. He just chooses to you know, work with his business fish the moment. But if you guys want to learn something in a very easily explained way, something that's very complicated, Johnny can break it down because he has the data and the graphics, and he puts everything together where he can take an extremely complex topic, whether it be with electronics, offshore fishing, that type of stuff, and he can put it into an understandable format that even just the average bass angler can benefit from. So anyway, guys, that's my top 5. Brian Latimer, Matt Steffen, Richard Jean, The Fishing Machine, Roland Martin, Fish the Moment. That's my top 5. And shoot me yours, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys like out there and why you like it. And probably hurt some feelings by not mentioning some channels, but these are just the ones that I think are if you're going to spend time watching YouTube videos for bass fishing, these are the 5 that I prefer to spend my time on. So thanks for tuning in to my channel, guys. Much appreciated, and we'll talk later. See you.